For us, it is clear that we will not leave Ukraine alone. It can continue to rely on us. We have also reassured our Ukrainian colleague Denis Shmihal, who was connected remotely and gave us an update on the situation in Ukraine. For Germany, I can say that Germany is ready to continue leading in supporting Ukraine. Yesterday, the Bundestag followed my proposal to expand aid to Ukraine in the coming year. By 2026, we will thereby reach more than 11.5 billion euros. And now comes a new announcement. Yesterday, we quickly agreed here in Germany to participate in another package to participate. Yesterday, I had contact with Mark Rutte, the NATO Secretary General, and we have agreed to also be part of another package worth at least 150 million euros. We are making further progress there as well. Ukraine is on the front line of a war of aggression imposed upon it by Russia. From the very first moment, it has relied on European solidarity that is both constant and concrete. And President Macron will receive Zelensky on Monday, November 17th, in Paris. Our aim is to compel Russia to return to the peace negotiation table. A 19th package of European Union sanctions against Russia was adopted on October 23rd, and I am absolutely convinced of the necessity to increase our cooperation to better implement these sanctions. We talked, and I thank Denis for joining us, about the Ukrainian situation. This is the fourth winter that Ukraine must face, and it will face it once again with Europe and the entire West at its side. Besides, we also talked with him about the problems, and we thanked him and President Zelensky for having the strength to fight corruption themselves and for the example they have set. And in this, we also witnessed how Russian disinformation used their ability to clean up internally as if it were a negative issue. We had built defenses more oriented towards international peace missions than what we need today. In 3 years, we have reconverted. Germany has also made a very important constitutional change, and we have started to invest in defense the amounts we had not invested before. We have a clear path ahead. We also talked about this. The role of Europe in NATO. The role of Europe in a 360-degree perspective, not only on the Eastern Front, but on the Northern or Southern Front, that will become increasingly important and fundamental for our citizens and our economies, with the awareness that we must unite our forces in a Europe of defense, because the growth of German defense investments is a guarantee of security for Italy. The growth of French defense investments is a guarantee of security for Italian citizens. The growth of Polish defense investments is a guarantee for those living in Sicily. The growth of Italian defense is a guarantee for those living in Berlin. This means being Europe. This means seriously addressing the situation we are living in. Stepping up still further on Ukraine through the Ukraine Defense Contact Group that Boris Pistorius and I jointly chair. Stepping up through the Coalition of the Willing, which France and the UK jointly lead. Stepping up on our joint industrial cooperation, and also stepping up with our military's training, exercising and innovating together. Let's make no mistake, we are in a new era of threat, and this demands a new era for defense. And as the UK government, we take the defense of Europe extremely seriously. And with this UK government, we are and we will play a serious role in defending both our homeland and all our nations. We'll do that through NATO, and we'll do that bilaterally, with deployments alongside our E5 allies together, and we're doing that right now. Right now, the British Army is taking part in Exercise Gaulish with France. Right now, our Navy is taking part in Exercise Falcon Strike with Italy. Right now, our RAF are flying over Poland, defending NATO airspace. And right now, our teams in RAF Lossiemouth are preparing to host new German P-8s that will fly and be able to fly from that base. And beyond the E-5, we've responded rapidly to the recent drone attacks. Last month, I deployed counter-drone specialists to Denmark. Last weekend, I deployed drone experts to Belgium, who I can confirm today I've extended. And today, I can also confirm that I've now deployed members of the 12th Regiment to conduct counter-drone operations in Finland. Today, I am representing the minister, Kamosniaka Kamis, who could not attend this meeting, but on whose behalf I wanted to invite you all to Warsaw for the next meeting at the very beginning of next year. Today's meeting is already the 6th. This is the 6th meeting in this group of defense ministers from 5 countries, and it contributes the most to defense, and as a result, contribute the most to the defense of our continent. But of course, the context for our conversation is singular. It is unfortunately the same context for already a few years, nearly 4 years. It is the large-scale, brutal Russian aggression against Ukraine, but also the increasing hybrid attacks, which already concern countries European, but we treat them together because we are aware, and we have also confirmed it today, that we believe that the security of Europe is at, or rather, the security line of Europe. The security boundary of Europe is at the Russian-Ukrainian front line. That is why aid to Ukraine is so important, and that is why today's conversation with Minister Shmyhal was also so important, and so were the projects we discussed. We maintain, and this is absolutely fundamental, our iron support for Ukraine is expressed in support regarding military equipment, in terms of finances, regarding political support. We want Ukraine to participate in the SAFE project. It is a very important European instrument. On one hand, strengthening the foundation of European security, which is Europe's defense industry, but on the other hand, providing very practical equipment solutions of military aid to European countries. We want Ukraine to participate in this project. Poland has the ambition to be the largest beneficiary of this program. We want to be the largest beneficiary of this program. We want to submit projects, an investment plan of over 43 billion euros by the end of this month, and we want this plan to include cooperation with Ukrainian companies, also related to the creation of Polish-Ukrainian joint ventures on Polish territory. This will strongly strengthen Ukrainian defense.
I also want to thank Germany for further increasing its support to Ukraine from next year. The decision to increase annual support to 11.5 billion euros sends a powerful message of support. And Germany's leadership on Ukraine saves lives and sets an example for the rest of Europe. I've just returned from a meeting of G7 foreign ministers, and we all agreed that immediate and full ceasefire is a priority. Ukraine will need more funding next year. There are several options, but using immobilized Russian assets is the most clear-cut way to sustain Ukraine's defense. It is also the way to show Russia that time is not on their side. Supporting Ukraine is a bargain compared to the cost of Russia's victory. Wars are lost by whoever runs out of money or soldiers first. That is why we continue to apply pressure on Russia with sanctions. Work is going on the 20th package of sanctions, and sanctions clearly work better when they are matched by our international partners. Today we also spoke about the rise of hybrid attacks against Europe. Sabotage, cyber attacks, drone incursions have become a daily occurrence. We cannot accept this as the new normal. We must work together systematically to counter hybrid threats and restore deterrence. We need to be able to move troops and military equipment where we need them and when we need them. Next week, I will present together with the Commission a plan to improve military mobility. And this will include proposals to make our roads, bridges, tunnels, train lines, airports and other infrastructure projects able to cope with large-scale military movements, pool transport resources to help each other out when needed, and make the permit process for moving troops around Europe faster.